Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to ask the Premier a few questions about the situation in Nova Scotia's schools. Last week, the Premier stated that nobody in this House would be satisfied with a child being hungry. That's not something we accept, and I'll table that. While we know that children across our province and in our schools are going hungry every single day, and we know that existing programs are not reaching the children that need them. Madam Speaker, why is the Premier allowing children to continue to go hungry in our schools?
I recognize the Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And it is not acceptable that there are children, that there are families going hungry in this province. We'll continue as a province to invest, and we'll continue to support those working in the school system. I know there's lots of our teachers across this province are doing everything they can every single day to support students. They're not making them raise their hand up in front of a class and say, we need food, Madam Speaker. They're actually just sitting down with them, talking to them, and doing what they can. And as a government, we're supporting those teachers. We're supporting those working in the school system. We know there's lots of work to be done, but as a government, we'll continue to invest in Nova Scotians and invest in our schools and invest in our students and teachers.
I recognize the Leader of the New Democratic Party on her first supplementary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. What I hear from teachers is that they're tired of picking up the pieces and filling the gaps that the government refuses to do. The Premier is leaving children at risk in our schools with lead-contaminated water all across HRM. The Minister has told this House that she believes that students deserve and are entitled to safe schools, which includes the safety of the water, and I'll table that. In many cases, testing has not happened in years, and the only remediation work the government has taken is to put up temporary hand wash signs and bottled water. There is lead in the water. There is no remediation, no testing, and we don't know how that water is being used. Madam Speaker, why is the Premier allowing children and teachers to continue to be exposed to lead toxins every day in our schools?
I recognize the Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And this is a very serious issue, and I want to assure all Nova Scotians that despite the rhetoric you might hear in an environment like this, there are no children in this province that are drinking lead-contaminated water in their schools. There are alternative water sources available for drinking. The drinking water that is being provided by the school system to students in the schools is safe. That drinking water that's being provided is safe. There are certainly situations where they can't drink the water from the taps and stuff, but alternative water is provided in those situations. The drinking water in our schools is safe. I want to assure all Nova Scotians of that.
I recognize the Leader of the New Democratic Party on her final supplementary.
Just to be clear, that is what I said in my question, but the water coming out of the taps that young children are in the washrooms with all day and all the time, unsupervised, has lead in it, and we're not doing anything about it. The Premier is also allowing unacceptable levels of violence to continue in our schools. The President of the Teachers Union recently stated that people should be shocked by the increase in school violence and that it is incumbent upon the government to do something about it, and I will table that. Unfortunately, we have a government who continues to ignore the rising school violence and to ignore the warning flags raised by teachers and families. When will this government take action to ensure that our schools are safe for students and teachers?
I recognize the Honourable Premier.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to assure the member that nobody is ignoring these things. We're certainly not a government that looks away from issues. We're a government that acts on issues. We're working with schools, administrators, and people working in the education system and teachers. We're working with anyone who will join us in supporting our students to make sure that they get the best possible education. We have incredible people working in our school system, absolutely incredible people investing their lives in the students and the children of this province. I'm so proud of them. We as a government will continue to look for ways to support them in every way possible.